Welcome to the Caregivers Coaching Corner. I'm Dementia Coach Diane, and I'm sharing my journey as I care for my husband Ben, who's living at home with Lewy body dementia. Each video is based on topics that have been requested by you, the caregiving community, and I'm trusting that as I share my insights, you'll be inspired to share yours in the comments. So together as a caregiving community, we can come up with answers that really work. Now, oftentimes I'm asked about the principles behind dementia caregiving. So this is a three-part video where I'm going to offer the principles that have worked for me and have helped me to come up with all kinds of answers that have helped me to keep my husband safe and pretty peaceful for the past almost 5 years. So the first thing to remember when someone is going through cognitive changes is to step into their reality. It's so tempting because we've all been raised on the idea that logic and reason are the best way to deal with each other, but not when someone's going through cognitive changes. Their brain just doesn't process the same way. And so instead of trying to convince your loved one of what's true or correcting their version of reality, you want to meet them where they are. Arguing about facts or logic often leads to frustration for both of you. So for example, if they believe they need to catch a bus that actually hasn't run in 30 years, you might say, let's sit here for a little while until the bus shows up, rather than explaining that it no longer exists. Or if they insist they need to get ready for work, even though they retired years ago, you might say, okay, let's make sure that you're dressed and you're ready and you have some breakfast before you head out. Often, to tell you the truth, by the time they finish eating, they've forgotten about going to work. So that's the number one principle, step into their reality. The second principle is prioritize their emotional safety over being right. We all love to be right, but not when you're dealing with someone who's living with cognitive changes. Their feelings are always real, even if their understanding of the situation isn't. So what you want to do is focus on validating their emotions rather than correcting their perception. And trying to prove your point, forget it. That's not a good idea, even when someone isn't living with dementia. When your loved one is upset or confused, what you really want to do is just stay calm and have a reassuring response. And that is going to often prevent things from really escalating. So for example, if they say like, no one ever visits me, and you've been there every day, you might want to say, hey, I'm here now, and I love spending time with you. Let's, go take a walk, or let's have a treat. So just meet them where they are and validate their feelings. Those two principles alone can help you so much. Try to leave the idea of logic and reason or trying to prove your point or correct them. Just leave that behind and stay focused on where they are and join them there. Okay, so this is part 1. Stay tuned. Check out the next video for part 2 of guiding principles in dementia care.